sunshine when she go, when she gone.
Anytime she goes away.
Don't.
No sunshine when she's gone. Don't.
No sunshine when she goes. I'm sorry. All right.
And I know.
Okay, you go say that. All right. Go ahead. How is it going today, Loyalist Kingdom? My name's Dwayne.
My name's Jasmine.
What do we have, Jazz? Today we have 10 real houses inspired by cartoons.
I like that.
Top 10 amazing homes.
I want to see SpongeBob's house.
I
do. I want to see SpongeBob's house in here.
Okay, it's the top 10 amazing homes from animated cartoons that actually exist in real life. So, I don't think SpongeBob will be on the list, but we shall see.
It should be, like, imagine.
That would be dope. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, if it was
pineapple
like...
You're fat. Let that one in. Let that one in. I don't got time. A house made of actual pineapples.
When you were little, we bet there were times you wished you lived in a place like Bedrock, the Shire, or even in a galaxy far away. Years spent watching our favorite cartoons has left us with fond memories of our childhood and even a desire to relive those.
I never really dressed
days.
up like that
Well,
with a little cape and stuff.
I never dressed up.
For you.
Ever.
Apparently, there are a number of very real-life houses inspired by some of our favorite cartoons. As you'll see, whether strongly inspired or representation, these homes are pretty incredible because they represent our
You should know that. I know that's not up, is it?
Come to life.
Is it no?
Speaking of childhood
Wait,
memories,
is it?
do you remember those
I don't know.
school tests you used to take? We have one for you. But we promise it's fun and it involves no grades.
I need one of
Just
those.
be sure to pay attention because we'll ask it during the video.
We dance around and
before you start checking your bank account to see if you can gather up a down payment for one of these homes, the richest cartoon real estate agency would like to ask that you hit that red subscribe button. We won't send you actual info on homes, but it will ensure that you don't miss out on any of our other great future videos.
I would say that, but we post so much. I mean, we don't want to burden you guys. So
and the Lord of the Rings.
You can if you want. You can. You know.
I've never watched the Lord of the Rings.
These two related stories started out their lives.
Don't kill me.
I watched a few of them.
I've never watched any. I know about the story.
The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings are best known thanks to their respective big-budget trilogies. But did you know that long before the wildly popular Peter Jackson films, both of these stories were shown in cartoon form?
Oh,
that's right. In the late 1970s, animated versions were made for TV, and we think this got some house designers thinking. Simon Dale, for instance, gained worldwide fame when he and his family built a house that looked straight out of the Shire. Located in Wales, in addition to some definite
it would be
this fantasy home only required a chainsaw, chisel, and hammer to build. If that sounds like too much work, Green Magic Homes will sell you a prefabricated Hobbit hovel. For as little as $15,000, you can have your very own one-bedroom house.
That's cheap.
Bump that up to around $70,000, and you get more than enough space to entertain all of your neighborhood trolls and elves.
That's interesting.
Of course, some assembly is required, but in no time, you can have your own house even Frodo would be jealous of. Just keep in mind, magic rings and white wizards are not included in the building kit.
Wow, that's cheap. Yeah.
Hello,
my Lord.
Looking around today, you could be forgiven if you thought the whole Hello Kitty fad was a relatively new development. You see, that little white Japanese cat with the red or pink bow in its hair has actually been around since the 1970s. It just wasn't until 2010 that this bit of Japanese pop culture took off in markets around the world.
I knew that.
Pause real quick. And that lets you know. No, but I didn't hear about it till the early 2000s. Or whatever.
No, I knew about it.
But that lets you know how long something has been out before it actually starts to pop.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's true. Because a lot of people think this stuff just comes like overnight, like business just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, overnight. Sometimes you do get those very true overnight, like the Catch Me Outside Girl.
No, that's not success.
That's not success, but it is overnight, whatever, fame. Unfortunately, infamous.
That's infamy. That's not
infamy.
Fame.
But stuff like that, like that. But true fame, which is gonna last. I don't. Hers is not gonna. But like stuff that lasts like this has been worked over years. 1970, it didn't get popular till the early 2000s. That's amazing. I didn't even know. That surprised me. I thought that was like new, but
I didn't know that thing was older than me.
Yeah, God, let's dive in.
Today, Hello Kitty can be found pretty much anywhere, from billboards and shirts to
look
jewelry
at that.
and credit cards.
So cute.
There have even been a few animated series with
I
this
used to watch
famous
that.
cat.
Yeah,
so
I
it
can tell.
should come as no surprise that there's even a
I used to
Hello
love
Kitty
the other one.
house.
I think it was
for those who can't get enough
Cocoa
hair
Cat or
bows and
something
the
like
color
that. It was
pink,
the black
this
cat.
house is just for you. Located in Shanghai, China, there's no guessing what this place is all about when you see it from the outside. Inside, you'll find everything from Hello Kitty chairs and beds to wall decorations and cushions. Mealtime, as you'd expect, is all Hello Kitty, thanks to the kitchen decor.
I want to go there.
Should you get lonely here, you can call your friends and family on the Hello Kitty phone. We could go on and on, but we think you get the idea.
Yeah.
That cat look ugly.
When it comes to absolute giants in the toy world, it doesn't get much bigger
I had all
than
Barbies, y'all.
Yeah.
Toy Stories have entire sections dedicated to this Mattel product, first launched in 1959. Over the last several decades, Barbie has gone through quite the transformation. While she may have started out as mostly a model, this iconic doll has since gone into outer space, cared for pets, reported the news, and even ran for political office. How she still finds time to drive her Corvette is beyond us. Barbie has also starred in a number of animated movies and cartoons. With all this exposure, it's unsurprising that a couple of her life-size dream houses were opened.
Jasmine's going for nostalgia right now.
These 10,000 square foot Barbie mansions are all part of the dream house experience created by Mattel. Think of it as Dollywood or
it's like a big dollhouse.
With a lot more pink dresses and toy themes.
Because I had when I was like, standing like on the floor and like had the little elevator and everything. I had that.
As they navigate the large life-sized dollhouse. Unfortunately, these estates are not for sale to the public. So for now, you'll just have to be content.
Well, it looks like just like an amusement park almost.
Right.
Lego.
Oh, don't go in that house.
And you when you stepped on a piece or two with your bare feet. Yes, we're talking about Legos. These plastic building blocks have been around for generations. Kind of house. Today, however, Lego has gained incredible popularity with a string of movies, including the recent Batman film. However, over the last several years, the company's inspired a string of video games, such as Lego Star Wars, as well as animated shows.
The Lego for Indiana Jones
made the brand so popular that they will build anything from these tiny bricks, including a house.
Wow.
Enter James May. You may best know him as a former co-host of Top Gear and current co-host of the Grand Tour. Well, it turns out he also loves Legos so much he built a house from millions of the tiny bricks. The two-story creation came complete with furniture and
you just have money to blow.
Why the past tense? Well, when it came time to sell the house, May found no takers. Legoland was reportedly interested, but backed out when they found it would cost over $60,000 to disassemble, transport, and reassemble the home.
They gotta take it down.
It was simply demolished.
Oh,
wow. Homes. Our next cartoon-inspired house doesn't really come to us courtesy of any particular animated character or series. For this one, think generally of old children's cartoons, or even the types of homes you'd see in a cartoon story. You know the type, often drawn disproportionately with exaggerated lines, which make the whole look rather unstable. Incredibly, you could recreate your very own cartoon village thanks to a company called The Rustic Way. You see, they build micro cottages which resemble something you'd see in a children's book or an older cartoon. With a narrow base, wide roof, and rickety chimney, these are the sorts of tiny dwellings you'd expect to see three pigs.
I like Jacksepticeye's house or something. He would live in something like that.
You won't find any fictional characters in these, however. Instead, these micro cottages are customized with an array of features.
I know you're not roasting. But I'm saying I can see him gaming in there.
Yeah, I know.
You'd like to have. The cost of these little homes starts at around $6,500. But that price doesn't include any witches, bears, or princes on white stallions. Who knows?
It's a
Put
small
a few of these up in the woods, and just maybe you could start your own.
When you need to grind, you go there.
Yeah, that's where you go for
Now that we have you in a cartoon frame of mind, it's time for our quiz. Which one of the cartoons mentioned in this video was originally intended for adult audiences?
Let me see.
Don't get fooled. Think about your answer as you take in these
which
final
one?
5 cartoon-inspired homes.
Simpsons?
The Simpsons. Of all the cartoon homes, probably one is more famous than the building found at 742 Evergreen Terrace. That's in Springfield, but we're still working on exactly which Springfield. Over the years, we've all tried to figure out exactly where the Simpson family lives. It turns out the house isn't actually in Springfield at all. You see, in 1997, Fox ran a competition where you could win a real-life, full-sized replica of Marge and Homer's house. Built in Henderson, Nevada, This $120,000 house recreated the original cartoon home to near perfection.
Wow.
In addition to replicating the interior and exterior to near cartoon specs, designers even added Bart's treehouse in the backyard and shingled the house with regular shingles instead of Spanish tiles.
Wow.
Unfortunately, the winner of the contest opted to take the money instead of the home. We're not sure exactly why, but it may have something to do with that annoying mustached neighbor next door. Today, the treehouse is gone and the bright mismatched colors have been painted over, but you can still tell it's a very special place.
Yeah.
Man.
The Jetsons.
What? The
I wanted to
Jetsons?
live
Up
in their
until
time.
now, we've had houses that were influenced by cartoons. But what if we pulled the old switcheroo here and gave you an example of a house that influenced a cartoon? In 1962, George, Jane, and the rest of the Jetsons crew hit the airwaves. If you've seen the show, then you know this cartoon was set in a futuristic world with flying cars and strange-looking homes.
I wanted to live in their
The
time.
1960s, however, were a time when American designers were pushing the limits of home construction and building some truly outrageous and iconic buildings. Take, for instance, this building known as the Chemosphere.
Wow.
If it looks familiar, that's because it's often used in Hollywood movies, including such hits as Charlie's Angels.
Yes,
Located in
it
the Hollywood
was.
Hills, this futuristic building was actually used as
I love that
inspiration by
movie.
the artists and animators working on the Jetsons.
Wow.
Watch a few episodes and the use of the Chemosphere's design feature becomes pretty obvious. It's just too bad the real-life building doesn't come with a flying car, robot maid, and witty dog named Astro.
Wow. That's pretty
The
cool.
Flintstones.
Okay, this one is well,
Building
great.
designers
rock
take
house.
inspiration from a number of things. Industrial objects, sci-fi stories, and designs found in nature are all perfect examples of this. One thing you may not consider as such an influential source for home design is the Stone Age. After all, we've all moved on from caves and primitive dwellings. Or have we? In the countryside of Hillsborough, California, is a home that seems like it's straight from a subdivision of a town named Bedrock.
Wow,
Built
that does.
in the mid-1970s,
That is cool.
the home is known as
I wouldn't live there,
house
but it
to
does
most
look cool.
people. It was built using the rather strange technique of molding concrete and metal reinforcing rods around large inflated balloons.
Well, you ain't gotta worry about your
As you
house
can
going-
see,
house going
the
anywhere.
end result,
Nope.
complete with unconventional
Tornado or
That makes it
hurricane.
go as hard as
You'd
it wants
expect
to.
someone named Fred and Wilma to live in. Originally, the home was painted all white, which definitely gave it more of a Flintstones feel. However, with its
I like
current
the
bright
color.
colors, some have started calling this the Barba Papa house, in reference to the strange-shaped creatures from the French
What are
1970s
those?
cartoon of the same name.
That's why we don't
Regardless
know.
of its
Yeah.
Flintstone or
Look like the
Barba
thing
Papa
from
background,
McDonald's.
I think we can all agree
The,
that this thing
monster?
looks
Yeah,
like
the purple
straight
thing.
out of a cartoon show. Up.
Oh, that
We've
was
seen
the
some
house. I
pretty
think that was the house from
cartoon-inspired
Up, I
homes.
think.
Those houses that are true replicas of cartoon dwellings are always very special to see. Building such houses in real life can't be that easy, as cartoon homes are often of strange design and incredible
shapes.
unconventional colors. That didn't
I
stop
knew that
one
was from
from
Up. I
huge
knew
home
it.
I knew it.
building
I knew
an
it.
iconic house in Disney Pixar's Up. That's right. The home that Carl and Ellie spent their lives in has a real-life version. Other than the industrial sprawl that surrounded the cartoon version, every aspect of this house has been reproduced with permission
The
of
reason
Disney.
he had the balloons is
dimensions,
so
the
sweet.
siding, the paint
Yeah,
colors,
no.
it's all spot on. The home builder even included the same weather vane on the rooftop and mailbox out front.
Wow.
To make the home a little more appealing, the designer's only difference is that it included a basement and a garage.
Of course.
After all, while floating to our destination thanks to a giant bundle of balloons might be fun, we think sticking to a car is a bit more practical. Star Wars.
Ooh.
We're pretty sure this bucket
Yeah,
of bolts won't get you
my
past
lord.
any blockades. Mostly because it's a house, and it's not a starship.
It does look
That
like a
said,
starship.
once
So
you
look-
see our
oh,
look at
rather
that.
unconventional home for a
Wow, I
bit
didn't know
and
that.
look at it from different angles,
Oh
my
it definitely
gosh.
takes on a Millennium Falcon appearance.
Yes, it
Appearing
does.
in numerous movies, cartoons, and video games, the Falcon is
Wow.
a ship any hardcore fan would love to call
I would love to
home.
visit these
Along with the
houses.
general
Yes.
design,
That
the
looks
great
so
concrete
cool.
interior and solar panels on the roof add greatly to a spaceship
Wow.
feel.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Really, all you need is a Wookiee and a couple of droids, and you have yourself your very own childhood fantasy come true. Oh yes, you'll also need at least a few
Never
million
mind.
spare dollars, because the last time this home went up for sale, bidding started at 1.7 million.
Started?
As it
at
turns out,
1.7?
this iconic spaceship house really is
never
a galaxy
mind.
far,
Never
far
mind,
away.
I can't afford
Also
it.
known as Australia. The
Oh,
whole
it's
Star Wars
Australia, too.
vibe of this home is enhanced even further by the fact that it's situated in the Dagobah-like rainforest found in far north Queensland. Although we're pretty sure there are no diminutive lightsaber-wielding
Yeah,
Jedi
I don't think I won't be out that
masters here.
far in Australia.
No.
Okay, do you have an answer to our quiz? Which cartoon mentioned in our
Simpsons.
video was originally created for adult audiences?
Flintstones.
Time's up. If you answered the Flintstones, then you know your cartoon trivia. Created in the early 1960s, the Flintstones
I was like, she only said it, but that's why I didn't say it.
It turned out,
Oh,
however,
wow.
the show was immensely popular with kids, and the rest is Stone Age
It was supposed to
history.
be like the honeymooners. Didn't he used to hit his wife all the time?
Mm-hmm. Like, why I oughta.
Yeah.
But see, I didn't say Flintstones at first. I said maybe it's the Flintstones because at first she only mentioned it like in the intro, just saying the Flintstones. But when the quiz came up, she said it was something that she mentioned, and I was just going through the rundown like, what did she mention?
I thought Simpsons, is the Simpsons still made? No, the Simpsons kids watch the Simpsons. I used to watch the Simpsons.
Yeah, the kids like.
I thought it would be the Simpsons.
No, I think that the Simpsons was made for kids, but it has a lot of adult stuff in it. Same like SpongeBob is made for kids, and it has a lot of adult stuff, especially for Squidward. But I would love to just visit these houses because apparently I can't afford to stay in the Star Wars one. I can only afford to look at it and take a picture and go home.
Yeah,
So-
and a quick tidbit, like, how is in Maryland, a new house in Maryland?
Oh my god!
It's like
$500K.
Starting and up
Starting
and up
at $500K.
So our area.
That's why when we move out, we're moving into an apartment. But we probably are thinking of moving
Don't say where. Say no. Go ahead.
somewhere else.
Somewhere else. We don't
in
know exactly
Maryland.
yet.
We don't have a full guarantee yet.
Yeah.
It's gonna be probably a year or two now. So
Yeah. Anyway, guys, please comment below. So you think?
don't forget to like
Subscribe.
and
See
share.
you tomorrow, guys. Deuces.